Is this thing really working? Jeremy, can you hear me?
Hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Let me set up this thing so that I know that I'm coming.
Oh yeah, no.
Come on, let me set up this thing. Then we start.
All right, no problem. No problem.
Okay. Come on. Sometimes this thing doesn't count perfectly. The people that are joining live. Some people might have joined like that and I'm not aware. So how do I check it?
Okay, okay. There's no issue then. All right, no problem.
Student Hour with Kagos. Welcome to Student Hour with Kagos. So for today's section, for today's section, we have a lot of time to spend. We have a lot of time to spend. So some people are not reflecting on this portal, but they are reflecting here. Can you hear me? Hear me? Can you hear me?
Can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Yomi?
I can definitely hear you. I can hear you,
So
Kagos. I can hear you.
some people are not reflecting here, but I'm checking it on that device. So
Okay,
sometimes there's always like delay in the way it counts. You understand? So you just have
okay.
to like so you have to like but some people actually yeah, sometimes it's always happening. But let's keep on, let's continue. Some people is already joining. We have people here
All
and
right.
it's still in
All right,
the
no problem.
So again. So
No
let's
problem then.
start
No problem.
very quick. So welcome to Student Hour with Cargos. Welcome to Student Hour with Cargos for our regular attendees who have been attending Student Hour with Cargos. You are always you are welcome always. And for people that are just joining Student Hour with Cargos, you are also welcome. And for people that are just joining Student Hour with Cargos, ensure you subscribe, like, and make sure you join Student Success Club. It's very important. That is where we have our family, where we discuss and do other things. So for today, we have a lot of discussion today. And if you are watching the replay right now, like this and please listen attentively for today's section because we have a lot to learn. We have a lot to learn. So if I as you are joining the live, please drop an emoji, drop an emoji, drop an emoji, drop an emoji. So quick introduction of Student Hour with Cargos. Know that our Student Hour with Cargos, we have four major concerns. We have four major focus. What are our four major focus? We learn, ask questions, connect, stay motivated for academic excellence. I'm always happy that people come to my DM, give me feedback, to ask questions concerning what is not clear when we talk about the life. And if you are currently on the live, share to your friends, let them join. Let them join. Share to your friends, let them join and learn from this live. If you are also watching the replay, share to your friends for them to watch the full video. So you are welcome to Student Hour with Kagos. And for today, I've been doing this for some weeks ago. And for today, we are majorly having this session in three aspects. We have our guest here, we have him currently with us, which I'm going to introduce very soon. He's going to give us some speech. I'm going to ask him some questions, then give us his own view about some of these questions. So I want you to listen attentively. Please stay throughout this live because there's a lot to learn. Stay throughout this live. There's a lot to learn. And what other thing is that I also have my own information that I want to share with you guys today. And the last part, I'm going to do some giveaways. I'm going to do some giveaways. Are you with me? So make sure you join this live. I am not here. Ensure you share to your friends for them to join this live. So let's move straight to today's point. For today's point or for today's discussion, we are all concerned about 2026. Yes, because this year is running to an end, or this year has gone already at the end of this year already. So I know that a lot of students will have a plan of, oh, next year I want to do this, I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that. So we are trying to guide you now, we are trying to give you a proper way of how you can do this, how you can have your plan, how you can have your goal, and there will be a difference in next year 2026 compared to this year. I know that most of us are students, we came in or we started this year with a lot of goals, but at the end of the year we could not achieve war or we could not achieve all or we could not achieve even anything what we plan, our plan. So today we are trying to give you the right path of what are the steps you need to take for you to achieve that right pattern, that right pattern. So and in our last episode, I talked about a lot of topics. We talked about how you can be productive as a student. I think last week we talked about how you can learn faster and retain more. I talked about you study hard, your grade disappoints you. We have talked about a lot of things in the past. So, but today is the final episode. This today is the final episode for 2026. So next week Sunday we are not meeting. We are meeting by next year. So on Student Hour with Tagos, our student success hub, I will give you information about when we are going to start next year. So let's move straight to today's point because we have a lot of time. We have a lot of things to discuss today, so we don't want to waste our time. So I want you to listen attentively. Listen attentively is very important. So as you all know, my name is Gabriel Kagos, even though I'm a regular academic coach. But today we have a special guest with us, and the name of that man who is a strong pillar in academics, the name everybody know him as Yomi, Yummy. That is regularly. I will invite him to join and give us a brief introduction about himself. So, Mr. Yomi, the floor is yours. Give us a brief introduction about yourself.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anibaba Abayomi, popularly known as Yomi. I am the director of Yomi Consults, Yomi Tutorials, and there are not many things to say, but the basic thing I just want to tell you guys is that I am I am just a person who is concerned with the academics, the field of academics. I am a person who is passionate about making sure that the matters that concerns academics, the matters that concerns students, the matters that concerns the excellence or the academic performance of students is being seen to, is being we get to a point where we can boast that the particular objective it is meant to achieve is being achieved. Because believe me, there is one thing to be in the field of academics, there's another thing to experience the objectives of the field of academics. The field of academics is about knowing, right? And one
Yeah.
of the major things that I personally want, one of the major aims and goal that I personally stand for is to see that we get to a point where what we are supposed to know, number one, is what we are knowing, and our lives becomes products of what we are knowing. So, and because it is the only way we can bless the community. I would now. So that's just a two or something very brief about myself. That's what I stand for. And I assure you guys the few minutes we are going to be spending together here is definitely going to be a productive one. Very productive one. So thank you, Mr. Kagos.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yomi. Yes, he has given us a speech about, he has given us what a brief introduction about himself, and we have a lot to discuss here. So please, if you are joining this live, share to your friend, because share to your friend. As you are joining this live, share to your friend. I expect people in students or yourself to have joined. If you have a lot of people number, if you have a lot of numbers here. I always say that don't wait for me to upload replay. Don't forget that there was one time I have issue of uploading replay of the live section, and people can start coming to my DM that is that we have 40 minutes out of 40, 50 minutes. You understand? So share to your friend for them to join. Anyone that is student, this perfect moment you are going to learn a lot. We are concerned about how you can make your 2026 a better year, a good year. It's not about new year, new me now. We are not here to give you new year, new me or regular motivation. We are here to give you what work. If you know me very well, me, I don't do too much of I talk about the practical things. What are the practical steps I'm going to take, and I'm going to give you that success. That is me. You people know me for one thing. I don't like to deceive people. Give you straight. If I don't think where this is that better to work with. You understand? So thank you, Mr. Yomi, for that brief introduction. That is very great. So proper introduction of today's topics. We say that for today's topics, we're talking about the 2026 student success blueprint. The 2026 student success blueprint. If you are also watching the replay, listen attentively. This is very important. If you are currently on the live, listen attentively. I don't want to miss one point. Understand? I know some people have giveaways. People that have been attending this live every time, they will have giveaways today, because I asked some questions asked in the last section. So today we are talking about the student success 2026 student success blueprint. Now, for us to analyze this topic, we have to look at, okay, 2026 students, success, and blueprint. We have like, let me say we have four keywords or four key terms in this topic. So we are going to look at all these aspects. What 2026 is very clear. You know, 2026 we're talking about what we're talking about next year, another 12 months. And for students, we're talking about students generally, anybody you like, you're in university, you like you're in secondary school, if you like you're preparing for exams or you're processing your admission, you are highly welcome. This today's topic, this today's discussion is for you. I want to talk about student success. Student success. When we talk about student success, no what because what do you mean by student success? When we say that a student wants to achieve success, what are you trying to talk about as student success? Student success are one thing that this student success is beyond it's not just about having A in course. This success is not just only about having A in course. There are a lot of things attached to student success. Your well-being, in this aspect, how you are building yourself, and self-development is part of student success. The skills you learn, how you interact with your classmates, how you interact with your lecturers, how you are doing well in your academics, your understanding. You understand? This is what we call these aspects are we are going to look into when we talk about student success. So your financial life is part of what student success. Now when we talk about blueprint, what I mean by blueprint is that blueprint is like a steps, a right pattern you have to follow for it to what for it to align. It's like a step, like how would I put it? I'm trying to look at the perfect word for that. A proper formula, a proper pattern you can follow to achieve that great success. I think I still have a life. I have a discussion with one of our member at Student Success Hub where he has to read this and start this. We had the live for like 1 hour. It was very interactive. We have a meeting for like one very interactive. I was giving him, I was saying that, sir, I want to achieve, I want to do well the way you actually what you actually did well in academics. He was asking me. Now I gave him that step, that what we call blueprint, because I passed through that step and I was able to achieve that. So I'm not giving him that step. This is the right step. You understand? That what we call blueprint. And one thing that I would like to introduce about Mr. Yomi, if you don't know, Mr. Yomi is a graduate. Yes, he's a graduate, and he's doing very well in academics, and he has been helping a lot of students. So you know that he's a man of experience. So me, I don't work with anything. I will work with experience. So back to our discussion, 2026 is what next year. Students comprise the O level, the A level students. Success means everything that concerns students, everything about the life of students. I'm not talking about blueprints, I'm talking about the right pattern, the right steps you can take, the formula you can use for you to achieve a particular success. So, very quick, Mr. Yomi, are you with us?
Yes, I'm definitely with you. I'm definitely with you.
Okay, let's start. I have some questions to ask you. Then, when I ask you the
Okay.
question, just give us like your perspective about it. Then I also have my own point. So, anyway, I want to add my point, I will let you know. Then at the end, we can have final things to discuss. So now, my first topic is when you have that of when I give you that of that when that of that we have student success blueprint. What comes to your mind first when you hear about student success blueprint? What comes to your mind? Just generalize it now because we still have specific questions. When you hear the topic
Okay.
student success blueprint, when you see that topic as first, what comes to your mind? Okay, are you with us?
Okay. Um, I can hear you, but I believe you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Now, there are several topics that when you know sometimes it is not always clear. Sometimes it is clear. Depends on the nature or the level at which, or better still, the object. When I saw this topic, believe me, I would say this is not just a topic. This is like this is like the major. In fact, there should be like a retreat for every student on this matter. There should be like a retreat. It should be like an academic retreat where this becomes a full discussion for the whole day. You know, 2026 student success blueprint, blueprint, blueprint. Success there is a reminder that as a student or as a person in the field of academics, how how do you how do you get into a particular point where you know that there is more.
You can hear you. Are you with us? Because I think he's trying to join the live. Are you with us now? Mr. Yomi, you can hear. Are you with us now? Yes, yes. We can't hear you, Mr. Yomi. You are with us. You can hear us now. Just say something. Okay, when he's trying to join, okay, I think he's back. Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me now. It's the
Yes, it's
network. The
better now.
network is breaking very bad from this side.
It's better now.
All right, all right. So now that we are looking at the next level.
Are you with us? I think we can hear you. Probably when he gets his network back. We can't hear you actually. We can't hear you. Okay, let me just say something. If you are back, if we can't hear you actually. Maybe you can leave the meeting and join back. Then you can take over. While waiting for Mr. Yomi talking about his perspective about blueprint, about blueprint. Please, Mr. Yomi, if you can hear us, just continue. We can't hear you actually. We can't hear you. Okay, let me continue. So when it's back, we continue. So when talk about student success blueprint, one thing is that I've always I told you guys about my story when I was in year one first semester. For people that join the live where I talk about I talk about how I became top student with 52 A's out of 61 courses. Remember, I talk about my story if you join the live about how to become a top student with 52 A's out of 61 courses. Are you here now? You can't still hear you. Probably you can change your network or change location. So now I told you that
The network is
can you
God
hear me now? We can hear
abeg.
you. We can hear you now.
I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear. I can hear now.
Okay, okay. Continue, continue. Okay, let me finish my okay, continue, continue. Then I'll continue, I'll finish my statement.
Okay, let me just summarize it. What I was
Okay.
just saying is that it is a particular topic that brings everybody to the consciousness that there is still or there are still more levels of success that can be achieved. So
Yeah.
compared to what we have achieved in 2025, there are still more levels of success that can be achieved in 2026. And the essence of the program of this afternoon is to make known the road path, is to make known the blueprint that can make every student get there. I believe it is clear now.
Thank you very much. I think this is perfect. That is a perfect explanation. So back to my story. I told you that for people that attended that particular episode, where I talk about how I became top student with what 52 A's out of 61 courses. I told you the story of my first semester that in my first semester I was a serious student. So most times my story is not always interesting because I was serious for initially. So I was serious in year one. I was serious in my first semester. But with all my seriousness, I was doing that. I could not achieve that success. That my plan, that my wish. What I wish, okay, I want to have for start. I could not achieve it. I got what 4.4. Remember, I told you that story that particular day. I told that what happened to me. The reason for that setback during that first semester is that I did not know the right way. I don't know the right path. I talk about this story one. I don't know the right path. Then, but I was just trying to put my hard work and everything together. I was just doing it. So, even about that it was because of my hard work and everything that I put together that gave me that good result. But I did not achieve my result because I did not know the right path. So you need to know the blueprint. Success, especially academics, success is not about just doing anything anyhow, anyhow, anyhow. There's a step. It's like you want to go from here. Let's say you want to move from here to, I don't know. Let me find one. Let me find one. Let me find one example. Let's say you want to move from one direction to one place in your about your area. If another person is going from that area to maybe America to get that your bus stop in your house, the person will actually miss the road. So success about students is not about just doing it anyhow. There's a way, there's a pattern, there's a right pattern. You have to always talk about right pattern. If you know the right pattern, everything will be easy for you. When after my first semester, my second semester, I did excellently great. Why? Because I was able to discover the right pattern. So I talked about some things. I don't want to repeat it. If you come and watch my last that particular episode, you can see more story. I talk about that. So my second semester, my year one, I achieved something great. I got 4.88, and from then, my second semester year one, as I know the right pattern, I know the blueprint. From then, I've always been doing well throughout till I graduated in the University of Lagos. So blueprint is very important. You have to know the right pattern. So it's not about just doing things anyhow. The last time I'm currently writing a book which my publishers are working on it. So I know, don't worry, I don't want to write it. When it comes out, it's a great book. So they're working on it. They are spending a lot of money on it right now. That's why it's not yet out. So now the thing is that is in that book, I think I talk about something. I talk about something. Okay, let's keep that for now. We come back. I still have a lot to talk. I don't start feeling everything. We have our guest with us. Thank you, Mr. Yomi, for that point. That point. Now, another question I want to ask Mr. Yomi. There's one thing that students. Let me just describe before I give you the statement. There are some things that they are reality, but students don't like to hear them. Can you hear me, Mr. Yomi?
Yes, yes. I am with you. I can hear you.
So there are some reality in academics that but students don't like to hear them. So my question is that what is one truth? I just did one point for me. What is that one truth about student success that most students don't like to hear? What is that one truth? Just give me one. I know you might have a lot, but just give me one truth about student success that most students don't like to hear. So the floor is yours, Mr. Yomi.
That is very. I think I like this question because believe me, for somebody who has spent time in the community of these students, there are several things you would tell students from a standpoint of experience to make them come into an awareness of things that are supposed to be doing in order to guarantee levels of achievement. And that number one thing is starting, let me say, reading early.
Ah,
Reading early.
we can just wait. Just stop with that. Just for that point. So when this point you mentioned now make me laugh. I was like, the joy is too much. Thank you for that point. Continue. Because this point I always say it every time. They just continue, continue. Don't let me take the show from you. Continue.
Believe me, I understand the joy. I understand the this thing now, the whole this thing there, the excitement, and that is because yourself, you must have also been in a situation whereby you must have counseled students to also
Yes.
read early, and the reading and the reason, and there are several reasons for reading early. There are several reasons for reading early. Number one is to come into an awareness of the difficult areas very early so that you can know where to focus your energy on. Number two, to be exposed to areas of difficulty, and you can know the kind of strategy, the kind of people, the kind of method you can use to actually scale through, right? And another difficulty, and you will believe me that a lot of students, even when they do an exam and they don't do well, and they're preparing for the next semester, and you tell them to start reading early so that they can, believe me, a large number of them will only hear, but the ability to bring it into practice becomes very hard. They don't want to. They want to start reading when it is few months to exam, few weeks, attending marathon classes and all like that. So that one, this reading early stuff is I'll say it's a general thing for every teacher who wants the best. It's something every teacher who wants the best for his own student will actually inform his students. Number next thing is investing in quality materials. Telling a student to invest in quality materials is very hard. It is, for instance, now this kind of program, like I said, it is one of the most it is one of the most profitable program that I believe a student should invest his time and data on. For students struggling with one thing or the other, and there is a particular material, there is a particular text that you can market for them and tell them to buy, trust me, they see that money. Some students, it's in fact, it is much more easier for them to buy something else than spend money on quality materials that should shift them academically. You see, that should shift them. Among the bitter truth that students don't want to hear is it is there is a part that comes from lecturers. There are parts that comes from lecturers, but a large amount of the percentage or the factor that causes failure is also the level of preparedness of the student. Student factor most time are the reasons for failure. Student factor in terms the preparation was actually done, because if you tell me that you are prepared for an exam very well, you prepare for an exam very well, and at the end of everything you still failed, meaning that we should investigate
Thank
how
you
you
very much for
prepared.
that.
So most times, yes, student factor in determining failure is higher than the distance to lecturers factor. And believe me, no student really, barely do you want to even hear that you were the one responsible for getting F, you were the one responsible for getting D. It is
Hmm.
much easier to blame the system or blame lecturers than to blame yourself. But I believe that to any student who really wants to start doing well next year, you need to blame yourself for not doing well, so that you can actually start knowing the things you need to do to start doing well. For instance, let me just say this. For instance, now, I was talking to myself some days ago. 2026 is a new year, right? And how you live 2026, to me, how you will live it can be determined by how you lived the first few weeks in the month of December, or how you lived weeks in certain weeks before you enter
I love,
January. Because
I love that
because
answer.
there are people that, although 2026 already is looking as if it is far, but there are people that are in life should be better. Some has already started all those things out. So that when they enter 2026, they just start initializing the goals, they just start manifesting, say early readiness, knowing that
Yes.
you are the one responsible for that poor result and poor grades. So I think I'll just take a break there.
Thank you very much for that point. This is quite cool. Now, that starting early, thank you for that point. I'm just I'm filled with joy mentioning that point. But I want to ask you one thing now. Though I know the answer, but I want to ask you. So I want you to also give me an addition to that. Do you know that some people can read 3 days before exam and get A in courses? Like Mr. Yomi. Can you hear me?
Yes, 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 I'm with you.
Yeah, you know that some people can you can read for 3 days before a course and get A. Is it not possible?
Yes, yes, very possible.
But
Very, very
but you
possible.
know that can you give me a point about that and maybe talk to that in relative to starting early? I want to like do you get my point?
yes. I actually get it.
Talk
So what is
talk about the aspect
I
of
get?
some you can
Yes,
read for 3 days and get A. Now relate it to
yes,
compare it with reading early. Now give me that case. Like give both
yes.
a broad discussion.
It happened to me when I was doing my exam, ST a 314 exam. That was I actually got an A because a day to the exam, somebody called me. I'll not forget. Somebody called me and be like, Yomi Alpha. I was like, I do. And it was just talking to me. And I was like, Egbon, I get exam tomorrow and I'm afraid they'll say I feel fail. I know like that. It was like I said ST314. He said, Benny, go and read this thing and this thing and this thing and this thing. And that was it. And I spent the whole night just reading that thing. And guess what? When the exam came, it was exactly what that person said I should read that was asked. And then what happened? I had A. When the result came out, I had A. Now,
So
now that is
continue.
for I'm telling you that I am also an example, or I'm one that has benefited from that thing of just reading a day to an exam and still get A. So why that thing works? Why that works is that you see, let me say this for those of us that are distinct Christians. You know, there was a particular time when these disciples of Jesus went to Peter and Co. They went to fish. The Bible says that they went to the sea and they toiled all night. They didn't get anything. So they labored to get fish. They didn't get. So when Jesus came, Jesus said, "Oh yeah, you guys should put the nets, put it here." And then here comes they're able to. In fact, the result they could not get after toiling through the night. They got it in just so the why that one is because there is what we call direction, proper direction. You see,
Okay.
direction, direction, which is also in line with what we call the direction
Okay.
roadmap. Having a sense of direction for a student is actually tangible. It is more. When you want to, if the goal of a student is to get grade, good score, good grade, that student must be skillful in the act of seeking proper direction.
Sorry for
Skillful
cutting you off.
in
Sorry
seeking.
for cutting you off.
Okay, all right.
So does that situation guarantee that you start reading it?
So now, so that is for in the case of reading the date to the exam. Now, compared to somebody that has been doing it, now if you've been studying for long from the beginning of the class, trust me, what you would have understood. The difference is that one person is going to understand that course very well, the other person will only know to pass.
Okay.
The one who just prepares 24 hours and go and pour it down and still get good grade, that person only knew with knowledge there is the knowledge for passing an exam. But the person
Okay.
who has been laboring since the beginning of the semester is not just looking at knowledge alone. He must have gone from knowledge to understanding. I'm talking about people that are very serious now. I'm not talking about. So he must have gone from understanding topics by topics. And just that he does not have a sense of direction of where question is coming out from. Right. So
Okay.
now, if
I want to say something. Sorry, cutting you off.
all right,
Seriously.
all
But
right,
one thing I always say
I'm
is
with
that
you.
you can read 3 days and have it. It's possible. But if you
Yes.
have 9 courses, if you do that pattern, maybe it's two that will have it. The rest, someone will
She
fail with
get
flying colors.
it will
So I want to
affect
talk about
others.
that aspect.
Yes.
I want to talk about that aspect. I want to talk about that aspect. Yes. That's what I'm
Yes.
going to. No, you can read 3 days and get it. But that pattern is not sure. If you're in that pattern, maybe
It's
you
not
might be
sure.
lucky to have A in 1 or 2 courses. But you can't
Eh,
get it in all courses because being a student with success or having an excellent grade does not determine having 95 in one course, you now have F in one course. You get my point. So I want to talk about that self. That starting early cannot work for all courses. It's only about few courses. But if you want
yes. Yes.
perfect success, if you want that remain success, so let's never having 99 one place, even though I have 101, you now pay one course. That's never success. Are you with me? So I want to talk
Yeah.
about that aspect. Yes, I want to talk about that aspect.
Okay. Okay. So now this is the thing. If you have nine courses, Omo, this thing is much too. Like, have I ever done this thing before? Sha? 9 courses. Ah, okay. If a student has 9 courses for a distant to a semester now, and you want to be assured that you want to do well. Like, if I'm using the instance of some of my this thing now students who did well last semester, large number of them had more A's and few B's. Large number of them had more A's. Now the question is, how were they able to get more A's and few B's? Trust me, it was on a scale of difficulties. The question is, I said, this is what you guys need to. Number one, go and meet somebody that has done this before and tell them how they were able to actually scale through. So beginning, everybody already knew. 9 courses, trust me, all of them cannot be as difficult as the other. On out of 9 courses you are doing, maybe three are going to be the one that comes with a bit of headache. There are some courses we call A courses already. You would have known that this one A, and it's not A because it is A. It is A because the strategy that makes that A possible is actually something you can repeat. If you can repeat it, there are some courses that only if you study past question alone, past question they will just bring it back. That means that if you are a studious student in that area, I'm talking about those that will do long study starting early, is that you are going to know the kind of strategy that works a particular course, and you would have started doing it already. You must start implementing it already and need more attention, you start doing it. And as you are doing it, you are conscious of time and months and seasons, because each month takes you very close to the end of semester. So coming to the end of semester, there are certain courses that you know that all you need to do is pass question. All you need to do is to actually study more of the slides. All you need to do is to attend tutorials. All you need to do is to make sure you write. There are some courses, for instance, now biological science courses. Now, for those of us that did biological science courses, what you need to do mostly is make sure you don't miss your practicals. Your practicals, write your reports well, attend your classes, your slides. Those are advantages around it. So now,
Okay.
if you are not like that, and you were unable to study for long, and now it is time for exam is now tomorrow, and now you are looking at 9 courses, nothing. Believe me, you are not able, you might not. Now depends on the way they even schedule your exam. There are some exams in Unilag that you can have exam back to back for 1 week. You have exam on Monday,
Okay.
have exam on Tuesday, have exam on Wednesday, have exam on Thursday, have exam on Friday, then Monday you continue. Now tell me how that kind of. So the strategy that gave me my A was only for one course, and that was because the course came in and I'd been reading already. So when somebody said, "Yo, me just go and study this part," and that was all. So most
Thank
times
you very much.
you might not really get somebody that will tell you. You might not really get exact direction for every other courses. But trust me, if we can get direction for every course, all students would definitely be doing well and be reading less, or might be reading less,
Thank you.
and just
Thank
focus
you
on
very
those
much.
directions.
Thank you very much. So that is a good point. That is a good point. That is a great point. So I have another question for you. Please, just let's try to keep the answer short so that we still have a
Okay,
lot of things to do right now.
all
So
right, no problem.
another question I have for you is that what mindset do you think students need to draw completely before entry 2026? Which mindset? Can you
Mm,
give me
chai.
some mindset that they need to drop completely before entry 2026?
Ah, chai. What kind of Jesus? Trust me. These are very deep questions. Now, let's do it this way. What kind of mindset, or what are the mindset that you should drop? You should drop.
Yes.
Number one is that success are for some people, or of good grades are meant for some people. Number one. So you don't shun yourself. You don't
Hmm.
downplay yourself. You don't see yourself as one who is. There are some saying that success are just for some people. So you don't downplay yourself. That's number one. Don't downplay your efforts. Don't downplay your efforts. That's number one. Number two, don't let failure advise you. Don't let failure advise you. Don't let failure to cancel you. Don't let your poor grades
Hmm.
cancel you. Don't
That's the
let your
tight
poor
one.
grades cancel you. You see, if your poor grades begin to cancel you, trust me, you will not go far. Academically, you are not going far because you won't see reasons. A student that labored and did not do well, if that student begins to think of how much he labored and did not do well, trust me, that student might not want to labor again. That student might not want to put effort again. So don't let your poor grades cancel you. Don't let your failure cancel you. Instead, be open to people that have done well, achieved well. Ask them questions. Number next thing is insincerity. Drop insincerity.
I love that.
If you
Being
really want
honest with
to,
yourself that
if
being honest with yourself that
be
yes,
honest.
I know that this is what I know that I'm not doing this nonsense that I did it. It was
Eh,
my fault.
this
You know,
is it.
when sometimes when you are being realistic with yourself, see, you go far in life. When you are being realistic
Bam.
with yourself, there was one time, let me share this story. There was one time that I did an exam, a test doing sorry for cutting you off. I did an exam
No,
doing
no, no problem. I'm there with you.
my final exam. Me wey be scholar, I was looking in the exam, I was looking in that test. I was asking people
Mm.
that don't know book. I was asking the alpha, is my answer correct? See that I'm the best every student in the class. I'm top student.
Eh,
You know what top student? I
mm.
was meeting on that alpha beg, saying my answer correct. That day I was being honest with that I'm gonna call this thing. Why? Because I know what to do. So sometimes when you're being honest with that, yes, what happened here? I'm wrong like it. What is the way forward? Tell the Lord,
Down.
continue. I love that.
So like like I was saying, drop insincerity. Drop insincerity. You see, there are some students that actually lie to themselves, and because of this
Hmm.
lie, up they end up messing things up for themselves. So what do I mean? You see, when I was in school, I spent a couple of time in the library. Believe me, sometimes I'm reading 2 hours, 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours, 5 hours, and I'm looking next to me. I'm seeing some people chatting, pressing phone, watching YouTube videos, and you know. And by the time we all leave the library, me, I'm looking like somebody that has read for, you know, and everybody's looking as if they've read. Coming out, when you come out from library, hey, scholar, scholar. But I'm telling myself that sincerely, these people no read. You go watch film, you go play game, abi you go do. You're not reading, and most students see it as, they are not honest with themselves enough. Sometimes you open your book and you read for 2 hours or 1 hour and you did not understand the Makpawo, you don't need to lie. Be sincere enough to send a message to somebody that understands. Please, I read this thing, I don't understand. You read something, and after reading it, you open a past question to try to solve questions on it, and you are unable to answer questions based on what you say you have read. That means what you have read is not enough to tackle certain questions. You are supposed to increase knowledge, or go to people that can allow you increase knowledge, or go to people that can refine what you have known. That you have read does not mean you are ready for an exam. You are ready for an exam when you are ready for an exam. You see, and we lie to ourselves claiming because we have read, then we are ready for the exam. All of a sudden, you know that you have read, you forgot what you have read. You claim you have read, you don't understand what you have read. Now you are in the exam hall and you are messing up. So let us,
That that
they need to
that is a
drop,
topic. That's
they need to
another
drop
topic.
that
For
thing.
that is a good topic. That point you mentioned now. That
uh
sentence is a good topic. That thing
hmm uh
is a good topic.
So by the time they drop insincerity, I'm telling you, Kagos, I'm being honest with you. If most students can drop insincerity, they will they will start doing well. Another thing that I believe students should drop, that will become, in fact, it will be evident that something has changed, is this thing called drop laziness, total laziness. And laziness can be, I know laziness is not something it is not new, everybody knows about it. But laziness is, to me, is it has gone far beyond just, I don't know what the normal definition for laziness is, but I love that the Olukoya's perspective. When you are not laziness, he said laziness is when you are resting when you are not tired. You
Hmm.
are resting when you are not tired. The question, why are you resting when you are not tired? You have read for 1 hour, your friend is reading for 30 minutes. Maybe your friend can only read for 1 hour. You know that you can read for 2 hours, but you are limiting yourself to the energy frequency of your friend because it's time your friend wants to leave the library. So you know you can still press more, but because of your friend, you now decide to limit yourself. You are reducing yourself to the energy frequency of your friend. What you are doing is that you are doing something to what you should have learned and what you should have known. You know, when we become lazy, what happens is the things we are supposed to do, we will start skipping them. We will not do them. We'll start postponing them, and that is what leads to procrastination, laziness. The thing you are supposed to do, you have the energy to do it, but sometimes the reason you are not doing it is that you are looking at your friends, you are looking at everybody around you, you are trying to enjoy the moment. She gets now, you are trying to enjoy the festive period. You are not doing the things that needs to be done when it is meant to be done. Personally, I believe
Okay.
that if students can release this attitude from themselves, the rest will start falling
Okay.
into place because success in one area of your life affects every other area of your life
Thank,
positively.
thank, thank you very
So
much.
that's my say on that.
So, I just a summary of what he said. He said insincerity run away from that guy. Laziness. You mentioned another 2 points. If I can remember, what is 2 points, please? Mention first 2 points
I
again.
said yes. Be honest with yourself. That's drop
Be honest with
insincerity.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, drop laziness.
Drop
Drop
laziness.
laziness.
I think you talk
Drop
about one
laziness.
point. One initial point.
Uh, I think I did not write it down. I shall
Okay.
just marked it. Probably during the replay, the person is going to be able to listen to what I said earlier.
Thank you very much. So now I have like
Yeah.
two more. I have two more questions. They will give us the final discussion on this topic so that I'll say my own point, then we
Okay.
round up. I do some giveaway. If you are watching the replay, please continue, watch. Don't leave this live. We still have a lot of things to learn here. I hope you are learning. All these things that are things that is coming very easy. They are very, very see. If you just make sure of all these things, if it's that one thing that you are missing, see, you're not you don't need as a student here, you don't need to learn 1,000 things. I mean Mr. Yomi, you don't need to learn 1,000 things from this life. Am I not right?
Yes. So
You don't need to if you are just
correct.
learning
Oh,
2 things, you just learn 2 things and make yourself 2 things. For 2026, you'll be sweet. You understand?
sure you
So
get that is it.
you're not here to learn like 1 million things. But if it's that 2 things that okay, my own is because that was I learned from this whole section. Is enough. You understand? So I have two more questions, but I'm thinking I should limit it to only one. Then okay, let me ask that two questions. Let me ask that two questions, then we find our final revision, our final conclusion on that from you. Now my question is that a lot of students are confused right now. Some people are doing badly. Understand? What do you think or what would be your advice on what is the first step? What they need to do? Now I'm not doing well. I want to start doing well. Which advice do you like? What is the first step you have to take? Do you get my point?
Yes, for a student that wants to start doing well, right?
Yes, that is not doing well, or the person is just confused. What will you give that? What should be the first step the person will take, or what is the step the person has to take for them to move from that for them to turn that new leaf? So that's it for me. Please, I want us let's just make it short so that we can manage our
Yes,
time. For the
yes,
people that are watching
yes.
the
In
replay.
fact, in fact,
Yeah,
in
yes.
fact, if there is something that I will say, is do not run away from it. Don't run away
Hmm.
from yourself. You don't need to run away from yourself. You see, there are students that have not gone into a point in their life where one of the major things about books. I've shared it with some of my your books wants wants you to be alone. You see, anybody that cannot be alone, you can't read because your books always want to isolate you. When you are reading, That book you are reading wants to, in fact, it wants to be only you. And for anybody that does not like to be alone, you might not be able to do well in the area of reading, because when you are reading books, believe me, you want to be alone. You can be in the crowd among people. Immediately you open a book, believe me, although in the crowd, you still want to be alone, because you want to draw from what you are from the text. And if you get to a point in your life where you want to say 2026, I want to make it better, I want to make it better, I want to do better than this, you must find a way not to run away from yourself. That means spend quality time alone. Write out, write out the major things you want to change. The reason you are not doing well is probably because you are not spending some time alone. Quality time alone. Quality time to devise what are the things I am not doing that is responsible for this grade. Okay, I'm not reading. Okay, that means if I can start reading, then I should start doing well. When number one, don't run away from yourself. Be sincere with yourself. Stay with yourself. Enjoy the company of yourself. Number two, map out the proper plans. Map out plans, area you want to see change. Is there any area of your life you want to see change? Write it down. Learn to write down. Write it down. Don't just put everything in your head. Write it down. Get a journal, get a book, write it down. I want to see changes in my biology. I want to see changes in my chemistry. I want to see changes in my physics, in my math, in my geography, in my this, in my that. By the time you that is being like we said earlier, the question Mr. Kagos asked, that what are the behavior that this thing our strength are supposed to drop, and we say that drop insincerity, drop in. So by the time you spend time alone, you are mapping what you want to see change in your life, and then you are now mapping out the area you want to see the change. I believe with that, believe me, you will not just start make see with that, you will know where you are supposed to go. You know what you are supposed to do with your 24 hours. You will know that you are not supposed to be sleeping by now. You will know what you should be doing at every point in time. And I believe if you know what to do at every point in time, your behavior for 2025 different from the one you did, the one you'll be doing in 2026. And with that, you expect positive changes.
I see. What you can do is that first make your he talk about he talk about it, but you might not able to get what he's saying one aspect of that. First do your first do your what they call analysis, proper analysis. Proper analysis means that what have I been doing in the past that is affecting me, that is making me to have that bad grade, that is making me to fail, that is making me to not achieving that goal. First do that proper analysis. That what am I doing wrongly? What did I need to change? It's all about it though. What do I need to change? What do I need to this is the one affecting me. I need to it is that I'm moving with bad friends. You know that Mr. Yomi, you know that sometimes friend matters a lot. The friend matters a lot, right?
Yes, yes. They do.
Yeah, it
They do.
matters a lot.
They do.
It matters. See, one thing I want to tell you that your friend, the person you move with, if you are a serious student and or you have like six friends that are on serious, as time goes on, you don't know. As time will just like start dropping energy, start dropping energy. So if it's that your own is I'm not moving like people, drop them. So make your first proper analysis of what is the cause of my setback, what is the cause of me not achieving that good grade, or what is the cause of me not doing well in this aspect. Why is it that I'm not learning skills? See, success is moving beyond grade. You know, we have a question on that. We'll talk about that finally. That will be our final discussion. Now, the last question I want to ask Mr. Yomi, then before we move to our final conclusion, is if you had to design a success blueprint, what are the key pillars? What are the key pillars of your own, even if you have to design, or if you have to design a what? A success blueprint. What will be the key pillars of the success blueprint? I think we
Number
should even
one.
spend more time on it, but
No,
let's move
number
on.
one.
Okay.
It is not. Yes, but at the same time, it is. Is it, I have a general. I have a general blueprint for everybody. And the reason, in fact, this thing came to me about 2 years ago, and
Okay.
I believe that everybody that is sincere about using it, expanding it, working on it, they are going to see that you will see changes, not just in your distance self. It's not just about your academic life.
Academic.
A blueprint is our destination. One, and the first thing that I do tell them is that you must have energy. Number one is energy. Now, the energy there, according to physics, there is defined as the ability to do something. That means you must have the ability to do something. That means when they say this program success hub is 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., 3 p.m. to 4:30, you know that what you are going there to learn is something that has value to your life. You will make it possible to attend energy. You are not where you are supposed to do something. You don't postpone something. Energy. Class is starting by 8 a.m. Energy. You are there. You are not making excuses not to be there. You are there. Energy. Energy simply means you have gone into you say if this person can do this thing, me self, I go fit do am. Energy. You have motivated yourself. You are highly motivated to always. I am supposed to read my book for 30 minutes. I will not stop at 10 minutes. That 30 minutes is 30 minutes or even more. 30 minutes. You see, there are students that they stay in hostel. They have every reason to be in class, but you know that they can just allow lukewarmness. And like Kagos said the other time, that if you are the only serious friend among few unserious people, let me not lie to you. In most cases, the unseriousness will later rub off on your seriousness, and if you are not careful,
Yes.
energy begins to reduce. So
Yes.
you must, as a person, you must as a person, you see, for this program to be consistent, I'm very sure even Kagos cannot be among group of people that reduces or say things that reduces his energy. Even if
Hmm.
certain results has not started being showing, trust me, anybody that has dreams, that have goals, cannot live in any kind of environment, because your environment can either fuel you or reduce you. So energy. So once you have energy, you must make sure you protect that energy. And that thing, protect your energy. Some of you now can say that, Omo, with what I'm hearing, I'm going to do well 2026. I'm going to apply this. I'm going to apply that. And trust me, that is you having it. And 2026 comes where lecturers begin to do their own, begin to postpone class, begin to postpone labs, and all of a sudden, the energy you once preserved and have in 2025 begin to reduce if you are not careful. So you must be conscious of having energy and protecting your energy, because once you lose energy, the ability to do something is taken away from you. Hmm. Are we
Hmm.
learning now that once you lose energy,
I'm
that
learning.
ability
I'm not
to
writing.
keep doing something is taken away? Because
Hmm. Hmm.
Even Jesus Christ on his way carrying his cross to Damascus, he didn't get there by himself. Somebody helped him. That's Jesus Christ. Somebody helped him carry this cross. So there are times that even as a serious person, as a dedicated person, as a dedicated student, there are down times that you are going to experience that you'll be needing the courage of your friend. You'll be needing the covering of your friend. You'll be needing the encouragement of your friends. There are times you encourage yourself. There are times your friends encourage you. Yes, there's nobody that has ever done anything well that has achieved it just on his own. No, somebody. So while you are trying to have energy, protect energy, you must also make sure that you are around the settings of people that can always serve as a covering, a flame, that the fuel that feeds your flame. Sometimes you are not happy, sometimes you are discouraged, and you go and meet somebody. It can be somebody, it can be somebody, it can be a group of people. Just make sure you are not alone. Alone in this journey. That's synergy for you. And the third one, because of our time, strategy. Strategy. Number one is energy. Number two is synergy. Number three is strategy. You need strategy. There is no level of achievement that anybody wants to birth that does not have a way to get there. Strategy. And for different courses, there are different things that should be known. A biological science student knows that his practicals are very important. If you are doing CBG, you are doing zoology, you are doing chemistry, you are doing geography, you are doing the requirements for every course is not the same most times. So it's about being aware or asking yourself what works for me. Maybe your own, you can read in the day, you can't read at night. You are not a night reader, you read in the day, you do what works for you. You map your plan around the thing that works for you. For someone like me, I can read in the day, I can read at night, I can read anytime. So if you are comparing yourself with me, then definitely just make sure that you can read at any time. So it's about being aware of what works for you. There are some people, some of you don't have the ability to cram things. I remember there was one particular course we did in year two. Me, one of the things that works for me when I'm doing my biological science course is that I read on my own. I love to read alone. So if I'm with people, there are people that they can be discussing. There's something called group reading. Group reading does not work for me. I have to be on my own to read by myself. So for some people it works for them. So I'm not going to now downplay what works for me just because I want to entice another person. No. So what I do is I know what works for me and I hold on to what works for me. So it's about strategy, knowing what works for you. Your own, you could be very brilliant that words stay in your head easily. And there are some no. Some people need to read it 5 times. Some people need it once. So what works for you? Stay onto what works for you. Map the plans around what works for you. Live according to what works for you. Make sure there's somebody to hold your hand. Make sure you are working at the frequency. I told you that there are times you encourage yourself and there are times you need encouragement. For the Bible says, and David encouraged himself. David encouraged himself. So there are times that you can encourage yourself, and there are times that somebody has to encourage you. Jesus told Peter, the devil desired to take away, but I have prayed for you. So there are times like that. So going back to energy, have energy, protect your energy, synergy. Make sure you are not alone in the journey of success, in the journey to getting to your destinations. And number three, or the last one, number four, make sure you map out your strategy. And in everything, put everything in the hands of God. Pray that God allows your plan to become testimonies. And I also pray that
Thank,
it become testimonies. So
Thank you very
Kagos,
much.
that is it.
So, Mr. Yomi has given us 3 points: energy, synergy, and strategy. I'm even learning. Feel that I was still at the learn. So you see that if I can
Ah.
learn, if you're a student, you should be learning. You understand? So this is a perfect point actually. So so I will not waste too much of time. Our last aspect, Mr. Yomi, which advice? Just give us which advice do you have for students generally? Just give us an advice you have for students. Just give us very brief.
General student for general advice for every student.
Yes, yes, general
Well,
advice for students.
we in fact we have actually said a lot. We have already said a lot. It is only an unserious student that will say that he or she has not learned one or two things. But personally, if I'm to generalize this case, if you are a student and one of the things that makes you a student is that you have the appetite of learning. You have the appetite to learn. So personally, I would encourage you keep learning. As long as you know that this thing that you are learning it to become something, because in the scope of academics you become what you learn, you become what you study. So study to become yourself, study to become yourself, study to become yourself, study to become
Okay,
a problem solver, you know. Yes, study to become a problem solver. So study to the point where if there is any problem around you that you know that your field can actually solve, you should be able to say one or two about that thing. Study to a point where you can represent what you have actually studied, and just keep going and learning. Make sure you are close to God, very important. And the rest,
okay,
with what we've said earlier, everything should actually fall in place for you.
okay.
So, Mr.
So
Kagos, that
thank you
is it.
very much. Thank you very much. I think I have like few points then. Mr. Yomi can tell us some other things you do, what you have been like, things you do, you want to introduce us to something new. But let me just give my point. Now, I don't want to spend 2 minutes because there's a lot that I've talked about a lot. There has not mentioned some points. What I want to mention, I mentioned one. So I don't have, it's like you want to copy my notes and I have to use my notes to do this live session. But so let me just say something to you. Now, what happens is that when you talk about student success, academic is one aspect. Obviously. And another thing again is that sometimes when I'm in school, look far beyond your 4 years or 5 years you want to spend in school. Are you with me? In school, there are things you have to learn. You come to school to learn, to read. Yes, it's actually good. You're also in school to network with people, network with people. It's very good. If find something like learn a skill. No, there's one here everybody saying learn a skill. I'm not motivating you right now. These are things that helps. When you graduate sometimes, these are the skills that especially financially, it can help you financially. If you have anything you're good in, turn into something that you can make money. That is learn a skill because sometimes life arrival in Nigeria, life is very funny now. Sometimes you might think that you have this something that you don't even see that is very important, just being like a side thing can make way for you in future. Are you with me? So as a student success, as a student, make sure you learn something, you learn skills, go beyond academics, go beyond just book. You understand? Learn skills, network with your friends, learn things about life. That's why one thing I always appreciate God for my life is that I have knowledge about life. God has blessed me with that. I have knowledge about life. So that has really helped me. Has really helped me. So what I just say that in school, network, learn something. Don't just come to school with with knowledge of ABC and are leaving that school with knowledge of ABC. You should have added like tenfolds or having a lot of multiples of what you have before. You understand? Don't just come to school without your initial energy. You are leaving that school, you will be leaving school with a lot of things in your head, a lot of things, a lot of strategy, a lot of skills, how you can do well in business, how you can see there are different things. So in school, my general advice that students are sorry, students network, learn skills, learn from people, learn new things that can help you. Understand? So that is my final advice on that. Mr. Omi, I've talked about a lot of things I have in my mind. So now, Mr. Yomi, can you introduce us to anything? What can you introduce us to anything like what you are doing, what you are? I know you have a tutorial. You can talk about it. Or I heard that you want to start what you call it, a book club. I talk about it. So the floor is yours. Yours is like 2 minutes. Talk about that.
All right, Mr. Kagos. Thank you for this privilege. Yes, let me quickly say that thank you for this privilege. It is a great honor to be. I will even say that this is the first time I am on YouTube live. So definitely this is like a particular record you have actually set in my life like this. So probably when I'm talking about the history, when I'm talking about how I joined YouTube family or YouTube life, I would say that it was when Kagos invited me. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm not taking this thing for
Welcome.
granted. Thank you so much. So now 2026, I know I've been saying it not just today, sir. I've been saying it that one of the that I noticed is that a lot of students, the academic space, the academic space alone, compared to the way it used to be and the way it is now, there are many things that has changed. In fact, students don't have energy to read. The that energy to pick up books and read. I would say that people only read because they want to pass exam, not really because they want to become they have this hunger to become what they're actually studying. And believe me, I've had encounter with different students. In fact, some of my classmates said immediately they finished the course because we just finished October. Some of them were like they will not even open anything called book again. Even they will not read any poster. It is that bad. That means this that has been what has been making them to read is just the sake of exams and all. So I looked at it. I said, if we are, and the nature of our country, Nigeria, the way it is, reading is not really a part of our culture. Our culture does not really habitate. Our culture does not. Science is not our culture. There are many things that are not in our culture. That means that it's not our way compared to the whites. Compared to white, reading is their culture. Those ones read for fun. Barely will you see a youth go to a bookstore and want to buy books for fun. If not, maybe people that are enlightened like us, that have purpose and some things like that. So the whole essence is to create a structure where we can ignite the passion for reading again. Yes, the passion for reading again. Where, in fact, as a Jambite, you are reading, and we are controlling that thing that you are reading because you are reading to reading for purpose. So it is a structure that I've been working on, where we can the desire for knowledge, not just people. If you go to TikTok now, Instagram and Facebook, everybody is just saying, especially this matter of relationship stuff. People talk things out of experience, talk things out of pain. There's a way people are marketing marriage these days that if you are not really careful, you'll not even want to get married. There's way people market this relationship stuff now, and these are people that are not knowledgeable in those areas. They've not studied enough. They're just speaking out of pain and anger and certain experiences. So my point is, we create a structure that becomes a particular background for people to seek knowledge for what knowledge is. So when they talk outside, they can know that the person talking must have actually this person talking has read, this person talking as no, eléyìí kò sọ̀rọ̀ lásán, this one has done research. It's just to ignite the desire for books again. And we are starting by the special grace of God January next year. The first
Amen.
Saturday in the month of January, we are starting. We are starting. Our links, our flyer will be posted before the end of this year. Flyers will be posted, links will be posted for the groups, and we hope that we get our this thing to the aim, the goals, the objectives. We hope that it will be achieved. And trust me, we shall be collaborating with minds, with minds that are alike, minds that sees our as something they can actually partner with, because it is not just it can start with one person, but Book club is starting January by God's grace. So thank you, Mr. Kagos.
Mhm.
Thank you so much,
So
everyone, for
thank,
this privilege. Thank you so much.
so thank you very much. And I have giveaway, but I think people already did it already. As how. It's now it's
Ah,
booking and we don't want to retire.
ah,
I don't know if I still have to get a giveaway because I have some questions. I don't know if people are here. Is there anybody here? If I hear, please use the comments. I don't have time for comments today because you have a lot of things to talk about. If I start having time for comments, I think that was last week. It was more of comments. I was not having time. I was not even giving more points. But today I know how to start dealing with comments a lot. Is there anybody here? If you are here, just send I in the comment section. I don't think most of them are here already. Some people just drop the phone. But not some people are a lot of guys people that go to watch the play. I have a lot of replay people that always watch the play. They are a lot. They will not come back to me and say, I have question on this. But I think in the absence of this, probably in student success hub, I'll organize something in the success hub. So thank you for this
very
time.
good.
Thank you for this time. I really appreciate Mr. Yomi for your time. I'm very, very grateful for this. I'm very, very
All
grateful for
thanks to
this.
God.
And
All thanks
I've
to God.
always wished
All
to
thanks
have
to
this
God.
kind of great mentor. Unlike you, that spoken
All thanks to
well,
God.
well. I'm saying very well. Even beyond, I wrote some points too. Don't worry. I learned something from you, but I spoken well. I'm actually happy about it. Thank you very much for your time. I think
Thank you so
we
much.
end here
Thank you so much.
for today. So you can see on my screen.
All right, no problem.
Thanks for
All right now. All right now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
if you are watching replay, subscribe, like, subscribe and like. If you're watching replay, subscribe and like. Thank you very much for this time. If you have missed one thing, go and watch the live. Go and watch the live section. Go and watch it. There's a lot to learn. Go and watch it. Go and watch it.